Go.
Because that can be misconstrued, can't it? If I think you think I'm lesser than you, then how are we going to get on in this society?
It's not even that you are lesser than me. You're not, because if you do something wrong and I do something wrong, we'll equally be punished for it.
That's it.
It's just to say that the way of lifestyle, if followed, is more superior to a lesser lifestyle.
That's a lot of the problem now, even with religion, politics, whatever. It's that thing of the whole "I'm holier than thou,"
right?
Which doesn't make you accountable, but it makes everyone else accountable. And this is why people can't even talk to each other like human beings.
It's true, but you find this even within the religious infrastructure, where you have two people who pray in the same mosque, in the same line, and one saying, "I'm better than you because I follow." This guy and you're not because you follow somebody else.
To the point where you're killing each other now.
Right, and spilling blood. But the point is look, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and people might not agree, but he's the epitome of Muslim character. If you're going to say something's Islamic, then it would be his character. Yeah, he did not go about saying I'm superior over him or I'm inferior over him, so I'm gonna treat him rubbish, I'm gonna treat him bad. In fact, what you find is non-Muslims coming to the Prophet for judgment, and Muslims running away from him because they knew that what they had done was wrong and the Prophet would judge against them. If we as Muslims judge biasly for our own, then there would be no chopping off the hands for the Muslim, because in our countries we chop off Muslim hands, right? So barbaric, people say, and the people that do crimes are the ones that are punished, and they're Muslim. They're not non-Muslim most of the time. So
I've been seeing that there's a video doing the rounds on the internet. There's this Australian guy, Mohammed Hebro, and he's shouting on this video to his members of his congregation, I think, telling Muslims they've got to pray. Now, it says if you miss one prayer, then that's worse than doing the worst sin that you can think of. So stop this not praying business. And if you miss one prayer, you're worse than the worst thing. If you could be, think of all the worst things you can do and do them in that one day. You could be a murdering paedophile.
Yeah. I don't know where he got that from. That sounds messed up.
I just want to say in particular, we need to realise that we need to take messages in particular a little bit more nuanced. I think people hear messages, especially when they want to hear it in a bad light, and they take it completely literal.
This is responded to.
I've just heard that. And in my translation of what the message that you've just given, right, this guy seems to value religion and worship of God over everything else, and he doesn't want that kind of tradition to be diluted over time and lost. So he places a lot of emphasis on it. That's the reason for his exaggeration.
I must vouch for him for a little. Yeah, because you've seen the good message of it, but there's also people that are going to see the polar ends. They're going to see the bad. But that's why you need to pick your words carefully. I get his similitude was trying to say that prayer is very important, but in trying to highlight that, he went to extremes which are unfounded and they're not Islamic.
I agree.
Paedophilia is abhorrent.
A paedophile, murdering, whatever, who prays is better than a non-believer. An atheist who doesn't pray. That's what he's saying.
I'm saying, as he found, can he show any of that what he said in Islamic literature? When I say Islamic literature, I mean Quran and Hadith. So if he can't, then I don't want to hear it.
Others listening, can you?
I can understand, but I feel like you guys should.
Can I quickly? I just want to say in particular as well, I don't see how you've taken that message and run them out. In particular, because he's saying that these crimes are already bad. To not pray is even worse, right? He's not saying either one of them is permissible. He's saying that one is bad already, and you know how bad you get treated for that. Wait. I understand. But this is worse. So this is not permissible. Just because one crime is worse than another, I can't go out and start touching up women just because murder and rape is worse. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Just because you get more time. Wait. No, I'm just saying. Just because you get more time, for a certain crime, does that mean that you're more likely to do the other crime?
Well, it just looks as if he's saying So you can do all this stuff as a Muslim.
You can't.
And
You explicitly
you're
can't.
still going to be better.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Like
This is what I'm trying to say.
that person who's an atheist.
How have you landed to this conclusion when he hasn't said these crimes are okay, but if you do this, you're going to hell. He's saying that this crime is worse than this. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm taking it from word what you said. I'm taking it from your words.
It's just human nature. If you put that and that together,
Then that's your nature.
Dude,
That's your nature.
listen,
That's
you
not
see
the
that?
nature of him.
I can show you threads on Facebook of Muslims saying what the guy said was completely out of order. It's completely out of order.
Yeah. That's the message that needs to come across.
Yeah, but then
understand why I'm bringing this up. Yeah. It's so that I'm allowing you to refute that.
Yeah, but then why should I have to refute the words of some unknown guy that I don't know?
You don't have to, but this is your opportunity.
But I'm saying that. You know, if look,
okay,
when
to be fair, even for the refuter, right? I've just asked you, right? No one does other crimes because one crime is worse. They realize that they're all crimes, regardless. That was the message, word from word, what you just said. So I've just refuted you, right, in showing that no Muslim can see those words and say, you know what? I think I'm going to go groom a child today because as long as I pray, it's going to be okay. No, he's already set a standard for abhorrent crimes. He's set a higher standard for not respecting the religion and not praying. How have you then taken that and said, you know what? Grooming, child pedophilia and so on so is okay because praying is apparently the worst thing that you can do.
Now I can see that as a Muslim, they would take that exactly as you have described it.
Which Muslim?
But you're asking me.
No.
Sorry, I was just going to skip over that and get to my point.
I understand. No, I'm just saying when you say stuff. No. But the thing is, when you say stuff like that, you're assuming things about Muslims that aren't true. You're assuming the fact that Muslims. Go on.
So I can understand how the congregation might take that message that he gave and not take any bad message from it. However, what I'm worried about is people watching in who aren't Muslims getting the wrong end of the stick.
Yeah.
So that's why I bring it up.
And I understand that, but you're always going to get those small populations within any population. This is why we had Nazi Germany. I'm sorry, we have small population and small fringes of populations whose lives don't end up. Can I
ask you? You see someone? Let's say someone who listened to that and went out as a result of that and groomed somebody. Do you think he did that because he listened to the Imam, or he already had that in his heart,
and that was understanding my concern? My concern is that we're a very divided country at the moment, and a lot of those tensions are over religious misunderstandings.
Right. So then would it not be wise, yeah, and conducive to actually approach the Islamic text and the Islamic community who don't seem to be putting forth that sort of narrative and speak to them rather than making assumptions first?
Absolutely. Yeah. So for the wider public, there is a problem with misunderstandings between religious and non-religious people. And I see through the comment section, people looking at that video, 90% of people are misunderstanding.
You're not hearing it.
Do you know? But I think
this is why I want to bring it up because.
But I think in London, yeah, where there's a mosque like almost every mile, yeah, or a Muslim who works with you or lives next door to you, there really is no excuse for ignorance.
I just want to make a comment on the fact of this comment section, right? When we talk about YouTube comment section, we need to talk about the demographic that tends to comment on YouTube section, right? These are people with a lot of time on their hands because they don't have anything else to do, meaning that they don't have sufficient human contact most of the time. Most of these people are outcasts, so they don't even have like that empathetic, social skills that other people have. So of course these people are going to be taking the message quite terribly. But for the majority who don't spend their waking moments on the internet,
they're going to be misunderstanding and maybe deliberately misunderstanding sometimes, and that's going to lead to more breakdown in society.
And I'm saying those people who would intentionally misunderstand would do it regardless of this guy being there.
You're right.
If they have evil,
you're preaching to the converted as far as
that's the thing. Look. There's not an inkling in there's not a bit of an inkling in my mind that says to me, grooming might be all right, you know. At least, I'm better than him because I pray, but I'm a groomer.
It's like Tommy Robinson's fans, right? We all know they're just converted football hooligans, right? If you want anger, you're gonna go and find it. They don't give a shit about grooming gangs. They don't give a shit about British girls. They're just out here to cause trouble. You said the other day they were chasing police down the street. For what? For what?
Let's go to Russia.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see what they do in Russia. Yeah.
Let's go see.
What I'm worried about is certain people can convince themselves that Muslims give themselves a pass to do these crimes.
Do you know, maybe there are certain Muslims in these, but
Sure,
I don't think
come
it's
in.
normal.
Oh no, I don't think it is. There are lots of people, there are hundreds of thousands of men.
To be honest, I don't go to sleep thinking about terrorism. No, I don't think it's that big of a problem, like specifically in England or the US. I think it's terrorism.
Well, let's let us set the foundation. If you can set the foundation, so we can understand.
There is the view that it's just a few Islamists who are doing this dreadful thing. What I want to talk about is the sexual terrorism that is endemic in religions, and particularly endemic in Islam. Nobody talks about that.
What in particular?
Now, the only person to talk about sexual terrorism is Salman Rushdie, Pakistani Muslim man.
He's not actually a Muslim anymore. He declared he's an apostate, so that's right.
Right, who wants to talk about sexual terrorism, and I want to talk about sexual terrorism.
Can we outline what sexual terrorism actually is?
Yes, sexual terrorism is FGM. There's nothing more terrifying than that. Honour killing and forced marriage. Honour killing is just murder. Forced marriage.
Sorry, yeah, no, let her finish.
Just a minute. Forced marriage is abduction and rape, kidnap and rape, and FGM is just the most abomination that ever any patriarchal society could ever have dreamed up to control female sexuality. Now, those three things are practiced in other religions, very few. They are predominantly Islamic, and that worries me.
What if I told you female genital mutilation is actually an African problem, yeah, and not an Islamic problem?
You're confused.
Then you're wrong.
It's not.
I'll tell you you're wrong.
I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you why you're wrong. No, let me tell you why.
You made a point. Can I respond? You made a point, and I wanted to respond. But can you just listen to what I say to the end?
Guys.
If we're gonna have a conversation,
it came out of Africa.
Can you tell me what countries practice female genital? Egypt. What other countries?
Sudan.
Yes.
Northern Nigeria. Parts of
Northern Nigeria or whole of Nigeria?
Northern Nigeria.
Okay, that's a lie. But go on. Who else?
Well, all right.
Kenya doesn't practice.
Ethiopia.
Kenya does practice.
Right. Are they not Christians in Kenya?
There are some.
Namibia, Zaire, Uganda.
It's carried out in the name of Islam.
Madam, in all respects.
He's not Islamic.
He's
African, he's alike.
It's carried
That's
out
not true.
in the name
She doesn't want a
of
conversation.
Islam.
She just wants to
And-
spout.
and-
I'm not going to
Carried out in
entertain
Indonesia. Is it carried out in Indonesia? Is it carried out in Malaysia?
Sorry, ma'am.
It's not carried out in all Muslim countries.
Ma'am.
So then it's not a Muslim
Carried out
problem
in the
then.
UK.
Ma'am.
It's carried out in the UK. Now, who in the UK? All right, just tell me who in the
It's a Muslim
UK
tradition.
practices
It's not carried out in the
FGM?
most
Who in the UK?
Where is it practiced? Can you show us examples of
Wait,
where?
can I quickly? Do you want a conversation? Or do you want to
No,
just
I don't want lies.
No, I understand. No. You have to listen to people before you can say they're lying. And then, wait, no, I understand.
Say something that isn't true.
He's just giving you.
It's an African
I understand, but he's just
problem.
no. He's just giving you
It came
examples.
out of Africa.
Ma'am, if you
It's
keep
a
interrupting,
British
ma'am, if you keep interrupting, I'm just gonna turn around.
All right. What have you got to say about FGM
Now-
and sexual terrorism?
He's just giving you examples of places in Africa that practice them
Yeah.
with Christianity.
No, Coptic Christians.
I say, forget forget Christian, forget religion. I'm saying the people as general.
I just want to see if she wants a conversation. If she doesn't want a conversation, then we'll just turn around and we'll continue with our conversation because I don't really want this.
Yeah.
This is not what I came to speak as calling for.
But he's just told me something that's not true.
Last chance.
We
want last chance. Last chance.
Right, well, go on.
Look, do you actually want to have a conversation, or you just want to start?
No, you want me to listen to you.
Yes.
You want me to stand and listen to you.
I'm not going to go on forever. I'm just going to make a point,
right,
and then you can
your
refute
point.
my point when I've finished making my point. Is that fair enough?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Right. So I'm saying to you, this female genital mutilation, yeah, is a big problem. It's a bigger problem in Africa than it is in any other continent in the world.
Can we,
and it's not down to people's religions. They don't say Bismillah when they mutilating their women.
Can we also not limit it to female mutilation?
No,
because
I just wanted to,
male genital mutilation works as well. The reason I want to point this out is because she'll say in the UK there's no FGM, there's no MGM. The Jewish community circumcises. Yeah, because you don't. Because she doesn't want to add it.
but does that not enter under the same topic though?
What do you want to talk about halal? That's it.
I'm listening to it. Why does that not enter into the same domain?
Because to remove the foreskin from a penis is nothing like the mutilation that takes place in FGM.
It actually makes your penis 4 times less sensitive.
It's nothing like the destruction of the female genitalia.
It also makes you prone to erectile dysfunction.
It's nothing.
But apparently it doesn't.
Mate, I'm fine.
I'm a men's rights activist, so you're not going to.
I'm fine.
It's like
so.
Now, we were talking
Right,
about
so
FGM and
what I'm saying to you is it's quite it's an African thing, and it's a men dominating over women thing. It's not Islamic. It's not rooted in Islam. You will not find You will not find a verse.
Anyone who does it.
You will not find a verse
does it in the name of Islam.
So
It's confusing here.
no, because I'm telling you, in Kenya, the people do it, and they have no religion. They are spiritualists. They follow the religion of their ancestors.
Who is this they? Who is this they?
I'm talking about. Okay, do you want me to Google it? Yeah, we'll Google. We'll just easily, simple Google female genital mutilation. Yeah, and we'll see what countries.
I want to know why we keep forgetting that boys get their penises cut as well, and
You
this
can-
is a genuine
you can hold
problem.
That's
This is a
separate
genuine problem. It's a
conversation.
complete.
What were the other two
It's not
categories?
the same.
What were the other two
It's not
categories
even-
of sexual
it's not
terrorism that you brought up?
What?
What were the other two categories of sexual terrorism that you
Forced
brought up?
marriage
Forced marriage.
and honour killing, and they are carried out in other
So
countries
you're saying,
that are not in
in what countries does forced marriage take place in?
It takes place in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, okay. Where else?
Which communities?
In the
Which
United
ethnic communities does it?
Mostly Islamic, Muslim.
In the Ghana, does it happen amongst the Ghanaian Muslims?
I don't know if it has.
Does it happen between Nigerian Muslims?
Yes.
It does happen in Nigerian Muslims. Can you cite me an example?
No.
But you're playing.
I didn't know that's just. Why is that?
There's a European house.
Statistics showing.
So can you direct me to statistics which will show in Nigeria that there's forced marriages based on Islam?
Yes, exactly. Proof.
Nigeria, forced marriage. What are the statistics?
But it's not Islamic.
I think Prince Charles was in a forced
I think you're mixing culture and
Yeah, but his
religion.
wife wasn't genitally mutilated. Mind you, he might have been. I doubt if he hasn't been.
Okay, so
Look up London FGM.
Right.
Look up the number of girls in London alone who are genitally
Right, so-
mutilated in the name of Islam. When they do it,
That's
they
not
do
true.
it
That's
in
not
the
true.
name.
That's not
You
true.
don't tell them.
No.
You tell them that.
But give us something, a verse, give us a
tell them
hadith.
that.
But you
Tell
just
it to
you
them.
took with that evidence with that nothing.
sorry,
You
I've just
talk.
brought up a map that shows female FGM in Africa.
Yeah.
You have Mauritania, you have Senegal, you got Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso. Are any of them synonymous with Islam?
Look up Islam and ask. how
No,
many
we said FGM.
Which of these countries?
FGM.
Which of these countries are not Islamic?
Ghana's not Islamic.
What is it?
It's a mixed population.
But it has,
It's 60% Christian, and the rest is made up of
Right.
Muslims, spiritualists, and all sorts. And I'm telling you, as a Ghanaian person myself, it's something that's done tribally. It's not got anything to do with religion. It's a traditional thing. If Muslims happen to practice that, I'm saying if Muslims happen to practice it, it's abhorrent. I disagree with it, and if I knew of any Muslims doing that, I would warn against them. What I'm trying to say to you is
why not try the London ones then? Look at London FGM quotas.
Okay, but look, I'm not in any law enforcement in UK. So how am I supposed to solve the problem of FGM in the UK?
It's like when you ask me for one example.
No, I'm saying
I don't know anyone personally who's been mutilated.
But so. Thank you.
That's where it began. That's where it began. And it was taken up by Islam and Coptic Christians.
FGM is not from Islam. Neither is any sort of sexual terrorism. Muslims are inherently against that, or should be anyway. There's nothing from the Quran and Sunnah that says that you should sexually terrorize anyone in any other sort of mannerism.
It's actually quite the opposite, isn't it?
Islam is a just religion. It encourages mercy between the male and the female. And personally, as a Muslim, I wouldn't stand for any female being abused in the name of Islam.